If you do this piece right, you can save years of frustration and agony. I've been there. Daria, my partner, my co founder, has been there in the wrong pricing mode. We get so many questions about how much should I price my program? Clients in our program are mind bogged by this question of how much is the right pricing for a program? There are different markets, there are different audiences. How do I know how much is the right amount? There's a few equations, there's a few ways of looking at it. Let me share with you here. Looking at the pricing of a program, of a group program, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a group program specifically, and not something that is different, like a course or an online experience that is touchless and that is quote unquote passive, because I don't believe that's where we should start as mentors, as coaches, as transformation leaders. There should be one thing that you should focus on, one thing that you should put all of your love into, all of your effort into, and to make that piece really good. After that, you can transform that into something more diverse in the delivery. But what I'm going to share with you now is the best in terms of the simplicity, the best option in terms of how things can actually work for you. And I'm sharing it with you according to what is working. We have a program, Daria, my partner, and I have a program in which we took more than 100 clients already through those steps, and we tested with those clients the different pricing, the different models, the different ways of delivery. And this is what we came into that actually works. First of all, I want you to understand your role as a mentor. This is more than how much I price my program. It's what is this program about actually? What is this thing that I'm coming up to my identity shift, my coming up to this new identity as a mentor as? How does that look like? There's a massive identity shift once you become someone who considers themselves as a mentor. There's a lot of fear that will come up, maybe. There's a lot of imposter syndrome feeling that will come up, maybe. I had a lot of that, a lot of feeling of I'm a big imposter. Who are you, Barak? Who are you to explain to people how to be mentors or how to talk about pricing? And the main thing here as a mentor is you have your own method. As you focus on your own method, think Wim Hof. He has the Wim Hof method. The Wim Hof method is something that can be distributed as a book and as a course and as a retreat and as a 3-month program and in different ways of teaching it, in different ways of helping people to implement it. What I want you to focus on, first of all, is deciding what is your method? What is this thing that is my method? What is the shift that I help people with my method? Once you have a method, the best way to test it, to get people to actually transform with your method and to actually get people to clear result oriented transformation is to build a big program. And when I say a big program, it doesn't have to be with a lot of people, but the depth that you go with people through is deep and the investment is substantial. That means that the clients who are joining your method, the clients who are joining your program, are invested, are excited, are dedicated. Those are the people who say, here, take the best of my money, take 3 months of my time, and let's go. Show me how to actually solve this stuckness that I'm experiencing. And then things really start shifting in every part of your business to the minimal fact that you work with really good clients who are really dedicated to do the work. And As a mentor, I want you to start thinking more than the next client and the next client and the next client. I want you to start thinking of this is expanding. What I'm creating here is going to be worldwide. I'm building a global movement. What is this movement about? What is this new type of thinking that I am encouraging people to do? How is that affecting how those people who are affected by my method are affecting their surroundings? In the later stages, what will the book be about when you have this method of yours? People who facilitate your method, people who go through the certification of being instructors of your method, how are they showing up? That's when things really start shifting. Now, to talk about pricing, I must see the two differences, the two opposites, which are naturally pricing too high and pricing too low. And I've seen so many times coaches come to us with both of those, sometimes at the same time for two different offers. And pricing too high or pricing too low, both will create stagnant energy and stuckness in your business. Let's talk first about pricing too high. When I price too high, when I put out a price that, yes, it can represent the transformation that you're giving, and yes, you're amazing, you're powerful, and yes, you have so much experience, but you don't have the testimonials to show this transformation because it's a new method, or you don't have a pool of enough people who are inquiring about this transformation, then when you price too high, that creates a lot of resistance. And think of a business as a pipe, and think of the people flowing through your business, the money flowing through your business as water in that pipe. When I have a trickle of water moving through my pipe, a trickle of more water constantly moving through the pipe, first of all, I have what to drink. Secondly, when there is no water coming out of the end of that pipe, I can really easily go back and see where the water stopped flowing. Aha, then that becomes really exciting because I see, okay, here the water are drifting out, dripping out. Let's fix this part and keep the water flowing. When I price too high, I don't have water coming through my pipe. I don't have people joining my offer. I don't have people joining my program. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what is wrong. So it's better to price lower at first and then to slowly move the price up and up and up and up, higher and higher and higher and higher in small increments. So, in a way, thinking of every 5 people joining my program, I will nudge the price up, let's say in 200 euros more. Pricing too low is also a big pain. When I start with pricing too low, firstly, I attract the wrong type of audience. I attract the type of audience that is not willing to put in the work, that is not willing to actually go through the transformation. I'm attracting people who are joining your program. You're attracting people who are joining your program because it's cheap. So they are the opportunity knockers. They're searching for the next opportunity. And the second thing is that when we price low and we attract those type of people, they are sometimes, and not always, but sometimes, they will sit on your neck and suck your blood until you don't want this business anymore. If you have some coaching experience, you must already have experienced that. When you had a client on your door and you felt somewhere inside you that this is not a right alignment for you, but you wanted the money or you wanted to prove that you can hold this type of client, or you wanted somewhere from the misalignment, you said yes to this client, and then you felt it. The client is on your neck, sometimes from day one, sometimes from after a few sessions, and that causes a big delivery pain. In order to build a solid business, a sustainable business, a predictable business, and a scalable business, what I demand from all of the clients joining our program is to not do only one-on-one, but to actually focus on building a group program. This is in fact what we teach in our program. In our program, we teach how to build a group program. And why is that? Because then there is no attachment to one specific person. There's no attachment to one specific client. And everything that I'm building, I need to think, can this scale? Can this scale? Does this make sense? And if serving a lot of clients in a low price, and I see coaches selling sessions, which is a very low price, because even if you sell for 200 per session, you still are responsible for this client, and that is a very low price to pay for that. And I will put a minimum here. I'm gonna put a minimum here of, let's say it's your first group program. Let's say you don't have any testimonials, real client testimonials to show. The first 5 participants, you can give a price of between 500 to 800 euros. No less than that. No less than that, no matter what. Preferably 800 euros. And then every 5 participants, you can raise the price in 200 euros until you see where the resistance is, until you see, okay, now the price is a resistance. On the high end, I don't want you to start selling a program for more than 1.5K. If you don't have testimonials, if you don't have a lot of people in your door that you can say, no, 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 yes, don't start with a very high price. Start with 1.5K. Sell 6 spots per month and then move on. You want to create this flow. You want to create this flow of income. You want to get to a solid, sustainable 10K per month in your business. 1.5K per participant is a good start. Then you can slowly start moving the price up if you desire. Many people say you should price higher than anyone else. You should niche down and raise the price. You should niche down and raise the price. That's a very common advice in the marketing world. And that's an advice that comes to sometimes coaches trying to sell a one-on-one package for 10,000 euros or 20,000 euros or 12,000 euros or something that is demanding a lot of their time, a lot of their effort for one specific client. In our business, Daria and I had this phase where we were working one-on-one with clients. Those clients were paying 10,000, 12,000, 20,000 euros. And the feeling was that we're not building a business, that we're building other people's businesses. The feeling was that we're not building a system of naturally attracting, constantly attracting people into our business, but we are like a hunter in the woods, walking around with a bow and arrow and seeing the gazelle and trying to hit that one client and to sell to that one client and then serve them for 3, 4, 5 months and go with them through all of the emotional and um, and frustration and everything that that client brings. And that was so tiring. And worse than that, after a certain amount of time, we were looking back and seeing our business is not moving forwards. Our business is not growing. We don't have new systems. We don't have anything that is actually staying. We're just running around the forest, hunting, bringing the hunted animal back home, eating the animal, and going to hunt again. And that is not the way you want to scale, because that is, for us, it was horrific for the nervous system. Because imagine this, you get a client to pay 10,000 euros for a transformation. Suddenly, the bank account jumps with 10,000 euros more, or another client joins for 12,000 euros. Then you start serving them. Then you don't have a lot of time to actually go and find new of those clients. And also, there's no systematic way to find new of those clients. And then what Daria and I have experienced is our expenses naturally went up because we were holding ourselves back for a long time, and we were celebrating those big sales and those big clients and this feeling of our move of businesses moving forwards. And faster than imaginable, the bank account goes back to nothing. And then there is this emotional trauma, there is this bodily trauma of, oh my God, that I need to make the price higher. And we found a 20,000 euro per month, per month, but per transformation client. And this constant moving the price up and trying to hunt the one client is not the way to go. So, what to do instead? Work in groups. Work in groups and build a system for yourself to constantly have people join your groups. The groups should be circular groups. This is something that we talk a lot about with our clients on how to build circular groups that actually work. So, avoiding launches, which is also, again, this emotional waves that we want to avoid in a business, and to actually find a way how to constantly get people to your programs. Now, to price in a proper range, especially at the beginning, before you have a really strong brand, you want to start doing sales calls. You want to start learning and becoming masterful at how to sell in a way that is fun for you, how to coach people in a way or expand their vision in a way, in a call, in a way that shows that you can be their guide. Why is sales calls so important? Is that you become the expert of this type of audience and of this type of problem. You become the expert of, who am I talking to? Is this the person I want to actually help? How are they speaking? What are the things that they bring out? When I just send the people to a landing page of my program, I have no way of knowing what is going through their mind. What are the objections? What is going on? It's much, much, much more difficult to launch a business without sales calls. So in the sales call, you listen and learn, and it allows much higher pricing then, because you see, what is the resistance? Is it about the price? Is it about something in your delivery? Is your offer not clear enough? And then, like the Kaizen method, you improve it and you improve it and you improve it until it starts working. If I look at the bigger picture of what I believe should be the path to a 10, 15, 20,000 euro per month business, is this. You create your method. You create a method that you believe in. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be completely new out of this world, but you take your life experience, take your certifications, your trainings, take what you are about, what you help your clients with, and structure it in a three-shift method, in a method that talks about three different areas. That builds quite a nice structure. Then you build a method program. You build a method program that is 3 months. In each month, you can talk about one of those shifts. And to that method program, you attach a method workshop. In the workshop, you teach your method. You teach those three shifts that are in your method. And in your program, what you do is you help implementing. So in the workshop you teach, you show yourself as a guide. From the workshop, you invite people to a sales call. And then in the program, in the call, you sell that program. And in the program, you help people through 3 months to actually transform, and you collect their testimonials, and you show that this method actually works. And then you improve and you iterate. You improve the method, you see the responses, you see the results, you see what needs to be better, and you keep doing that. The best way to do it is to once a week do a workshop. Once a week do a workshop. And in that workshop, you invite to the next cohort of your group, which can be a weekly launch, a bi-weekly launch, or a monthly launch. This way, it's not a new launch every time. It's just a consistent circular thing that happens. Now, for that to happen easily, you need to have the systems backing you up. You cannot manually launch proper, solid, strong workshop every week without proper systems. That's why I realized that our clients, what they're stuck on is the systems. What they were stuck on were the systems, and figuring out which type of systems to get them to use took me years until I realized that there is a system that I can fit into and properly put exactly for them. And we call it Mind Artists Tech. In this system, for Anna, for example, one of our clients, for her to launch a new workshop every week, all she needs to do once a week is to change the date in the system of the next workshop. And everything in the system is realigned. The emails, the WhatsApp messages that are sent, the reminders, the landing pages, everything. So there's no thought, there's no resistance, there's no effort in creating a new workshop every week. It's just showing up at the time that you set, delivering your method workshop, and inviting people to a call, and then inviting people to a program, and then improving, so on and so on and so on. I want to invite you, since you're here, you're probably interested about how to get this work, how to build this. What is your method? What should your workshop be about? How to price it properly? How to price your program? I want to invite you to a business clarity session. It's a mapping session where we map every part of your business. We map the vision of what success can look like if things really go properly. And we've seen some of our clients getting to more than 7,000 euros in the first 60 days from launching their program and method and building their system. How can success look like to you? What is the vision? What is the transformation that is created? And then we're going to look at what are the steps that you need to take through your abilities, through your resources, through your knowledge, through wherever you are right now. What is the major steps and the minor steps that will actually take you forwards? This session is for free. It's for you. And if you are a fit to our program, we'll also share with you how to join our program. There's no strings attached. It really, it's a game changer for people who are building something of a transformation or coaching business and want to scale. This session can be a game changer for you. So I invite you for this free session. It's a 20-minute session. You can find the link below somewhere on this page. And I would love to meet you, or Daria, my co-founder of one of our experts, would love to meet you and to look at your business and to help you start moving forwards. Thank you for listening. It was very fun to talk to you. Ciao.